Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. As usual, as soon as we start this program, you're welcome to pick up your telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything from Israel planning to enter Rafah. And the United States is also threatening at this time to withdraw some measures of aid from Israel. And Netanyahu deciding we'll have to go it alone. If we decide to go alone, we'll go alone. I admire the Jews' spirit. 15 million people. One of the most hated groups in the world. They won the Nobel laureate for literature 25% of the times. There are people in the diaspora, 6.7 million Jews in the United States of America alone has supported Israel immensely. Maybe the black man should take a page from the book of the Jews. Maybe Grenadians, Caribbean people, the University of the West Indies, and the black people in the diaspora should take a page from the Jews' book. Instead, the majority of black people hate the Jews too. They want the Jews dead. They say there is no place for the Jews. The black man perhaps had a similar, a worse treatment in the world. Shackle slavery. But the black man sold slaves for 700 years before the European go and buy slaves. Islam used to castrate the black slaves. Now I hear all them jumping up asking for reparation, restorative justice. Reparation, even the University of the West Indies. And while they're doing that, the majority of them hate the Jews too. You should take a page from the book of the Jews. A small nation, 15 million people, 7 point something in Israel, 6 point something in the United States of America. Another 10 million people that claim them as Jews. 25 million in all. 2% of the world population. A country that has done well. I like this stubbornness. I like the stick-with-itiveness. I like the assertiveness. Irrespective of which country they go or what is the issue they survive, they look out for one another. And in Grenada here, we have a new government. Brand new. Nobody do them wrong. The electorate decided to give them a chance because they're brand new. They promise everything. Pie in the sky. And one of the things they promise, our newness will bring inclusiveness to the nation. A group of vultures. They introduce restorative justice. I have not heard one journalist in Grenada chastise them or seek explanation. I have not heard one of the individuals that every time they get a chance, they're jumping up on Kit Mitchell. I have not heard them ask Deacon Mitchell to provide justification, rationale, and reasons why he introducing political vengeance in this country. We have a little upsurge in gun crime. A group of copycats. Some young people that want to flex their muscle. Key gang. No organized gang. They are not the main incidents that occur according to gun crime. As a result of the gun crimes, are more show-off than anything else. They go in crowd. They go in party place, firing gun. excited, irresponsible, idle people. Here the amount of emotion we're jumping out with. Some asking for death penalty. Some asking for stronger jail term. We must come to the realization that all the prisons in the Caribbean are overpopulated. All the prisons. So more jail time is not the answer. The answer is we looking after our people's interests. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good day.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, as you watch the dry season, I realize like the dry season, the severe dry season like a follow the and the summer. Because I remember 2009, 2010. The 2009, I think in November month, I think it started and we get back here in somewhere May 2010. Now again, into the 2 years though, and they are dry season. But watch till man them time hand it a little better. People complain about water, but not so. Because it's trucks to pass around and distribute water. But this group now, right now, I don't know, like they don't know what to do until my as advisor, till my tell them what to do. You see people in the south in trouble for water, you know, year after year that this thing happening. You just organize truck and go into the village in the south because the countryside don't have no water. I tell you straight up, water overflowing in the bank. In fact, I stopped in all an area and then water overflowing in the bank. So you have it's probably mainly in the south. So they have to do something. Either the people in the south organize tanks at a cheap rate. The minister or whatever could go around like a jump and run and anything. But you only see people suffering. They go and organize, bring a few thousand tanks at a cheap rate and offer them people in the south. Because you check the western side, you travel, you don't see people have no tank on top and no decking. If you go up the whole of Victoria and walk through all around this area, you don't see nobody that tank open because they have good water supply. But I think the group of them are control right now, the board. That group of them, like, I don't know, they're growing so all they do is to jump up and tell people they go jail them if they do that and they have to charge them only to make a money. But the solution, they're looking for the solution. And I think for I feel the next promise the money we go get is a visa to America. All the money we getting a visa to America. I think that might be the next trick they go try again. Take care, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, I wouldn't surprise if the NDC try a visa to America. These people are telling lies without compunction. They're telling lies without one iota of compunction. And I agree with you, caller. I heard a kind of dumb advertisement on the radio from Nawasa saying save water. It sounds good. What you have to do is to store water. Water is an inexhaustible resource. All Nawasa over the years, they have not prepared our people to store water. Money is not the problem. They're building big offices. In today's dynamic world, an office is practically a good laptop and a telephone. You don't need much massive space for office because you could create good, comfortable environment. Yes, caller, welcome.
Sir Pierre,
Yes, caller, welcome.
your first caller, like he's sleeping over. Let me tell you something. The Anadale water treatment, you carrying 2.8 million gallons of water. The rainfall and everything is dropped to 9.8% of water. So in other words, you don't carry a million again. So the people in the south, they must get left because from the dam up there they get.
They don't have to get left, caller. Caller, the caller before made suggestions how to address it.
You had 9 years to make a suggestion. Why didn't you make it then?
Caller,
You had 9 years to make it.
caller, don't do that. We always make suggestions. They set up these boards and they're not thinking. And all we need to do is to get our leaders to think, And if you and I hold them accountable, they must think, They're walking around with a briefcase of certificate, playing hefe, trying to speak English more than the British, and they don't thinking. Grenada have water. A lot of the water is gravitational flow. What we need is storage. It's not rocket science, it's storage. So you tie up the approving of plan with your capacity to store water. It's not rocket science. Let's go. Caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. We lost the caller. It is not rocket science. We choose these people to go on board. And they rubber stamps. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, sir.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
I wanted to open back to the bargain.
Yeah, well, you come down, third down, wicket falling fast. Punch.
Well, we had a very good program yesterday. I realized the interaction was good. I love the interact when people interact, and it was good. What we was on, what we think is the main cause of this gun crime, and some people give their own opinion. I guess they will continue to do so. What you think is the main cause of it, and we get some little ideas from certain people. Clifford, where are you? You Regina, Hermitage. I want to hear you all today, man. I want to make a point. Imagine you have a leader, a prime minister, who went into parliament and say, like he expect the guns to come to Grenada. You don't have a clip probably as Master Carl, but I believe this is some discussion we must never go aside, because the population should know how our leader thinking, how this present leader is thinking. I listened on several occasions. He said it's just a matter of time for the gun to reach this show. It's a pandemic and it's just a matter of time. So he spoke like he was expecting it. And he said that have nothing to do with the Prime Minister. When a leader makes such irresponsible statement, this is what I'm saying to Grenada, and I'm going to say it again. We in the new National Party, we don't need a leader. We have a leader. We have an experienced leader. And I want to say, who like it, Grenada at this moment need this type of experience to help us, because we have a lot of irreparable damage caused to the country and plenty more to come. We need people like Dr. Mitchell, even though it's for 1 more year in office or 2, to help us. You don't have about young prime minister, because today we try a young prime minister. What happened? He don't care. When crisis is on, he don't even care about being around. I want people to take note, and I have no apology in saying it. We need experience to take us out in this hole where we're heading for. Clifford, where are you? I want you to say something on that. And Hermitage, I know you all have some idea. This is very important. We need the type of experience. We need it, because Grenadians start to live in fear. We don't want to get bad name on this country, because we had one of the best little islands, the whole Caribbean, where violence is concerned, and we want to remain that way. I hope the caller before a while ago take note of what he's saying. Say how we encouraging it. Nobody wants that. That is for everyone. It's not politics. No politics in that. That concerns everybody. Even in Southern Swayze, where they shoot out, there were people from my area who had to run. They was explaining to me this morning how they had us to run. We don't accustomed to that, and we don't want to go back to that. Where is our leader to give a national address, to give the people hope, and tell them everything will be out? Where is he? That means to say, we don't even know when the Prime Minister goes sometime. We only hear they say the Prime Minister is gone. This is carelessness. I am saying, I'm glad that Dr. Mitchell still have the energy and the appetite. We need his experience. And I have no apology in saying that. I thank you.
Yes, scholar, very clear on what your position is. And the topic yesterday we asked about what do you think is the reason for the upsurge in the crime. And it might be good to hear in the last 5 minutes of the day, I'm going to make some suggestions on the solution. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Yes, caller.
your last caller, he never condemned the crime violence. They condemn it.
Never condemn the what?
The violence, the crime and thing going in the country.
Why you want him to condemn the violence? Please tell me what. Caller.
You have to condemn
Caller.
it. You can't support it. If you don't condemn it, that means you support
Well,
it.
caller, we've been condemning it. We've been condemning who caused the crime, you know.
I never heard no now you condemn it.
Well,
You know what? You are just speaking. Are you happy and glad it's going on? Are you not condemning it? Are you, matter of fact, are you guilty it's going on? But to condemn it, I say, call on the people to stop the crime and condemn the crime outright. Are you, no, are you nobody? Even Ms. Modest this morning, she don't condemn it. As she come and tell you why it happening. She never condemned the crime in this country. We want people to stop and say enough is enough. Done with this crime.
caller, you never hear me calling on Deacon to suspend the restorative justice and MIT that is for political mischief and the language used by the parliamentarians. That is what causing crime.
If we condemn the restoration justice, none of them people would have get their pension. None of them people would have
Caller,
none of them.
Yes, scholar, I think you have to understand that the upsurge in crime in Grenada is caused by Deacon Mitchell and his members of the team. He who caused the crime, he is responsible. A lot of the individuals go and get an iron dog because Deacon declared weed legal. When Deacon was playing with weed tree in somebody's yard in the public, these individuals convince themselves it is legal, so they get the iron dog. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre. Donkey years now, we've been suffering from the shortage of water. Now, after always showing you the dam, how low it is, dam. Same size as dam. I don't see how people could be so stupid. Make them dam bigger. Store more waters. Pull it up during the rainy season. There is the biggest river in Grenada is not dammed. That river that passed behind Birch Grove Day. We know Grenadian water is not engine pump per se. It runs on gravity. But get something to save up the water there in rainy season when there is water. Let this thing stay there. And when it's dry season, you use your pump to pump the water all over Grenada. This foolishness every year about water shortage. We are fools. But the country must be laughing at Grenada. We have 25 rivers here. And every day, millions of water is wasting in the sea. It's time for we get up and do something. Thank you.
Yes, scholar, I agree with you. Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda, number of the islands don't have the water we have. The problem is the management of water. That is the problem. And this nonsense about save water is sheer nonsense. Store water. When somebody is building a house, now also need to work with it so that the person provide proper storage for water. And about this nonsense about wash your car and water flowers is sheer nonsense. We have a lot of water in the river and springs. Now also say all spring is theirs. Then store water. And I write with you. Every year showing people the dam. Make bigger dams. And not to say they don't have money. What they spending the money on. And now it's worse. When you see this government decide to live luxurious life and use the coffers of the people as a supermarket where they could plunder, these organizations going to get worse. You're going to get worse. It's all these factors that frustrates the man on the ground. The gentleman talk about condemn crime. If you condemn crime, you have to go and start with Deacon Mitchell and his team. They are vultures. They prey on the elderly, the physically challenged, disadvantaged children. Over 3,000 persons lost their job since Deacon come in town. In addition to that, the amount of people that was being employed periodically on a temporary basis in the debushing program has ended. No justification, because they met the Treasury quite capable of managing the social safety net program. And while they enrich themselves, they take more money for the income. They also give the people the impression that if you don't have money, you'll get corrupt. Deacon said in Parliament, me and you can get corrupt because we're professionals. And he described the others like beggy. Deacon practically legitimized corruption. He flaunts the law, takes a weed tree to make social movie. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, don't talk about Deacon there, no. Because Deacon getting the same salary as what the Prime Minister is to get when he was. Number one, the $2,000, he did the government to pay rent. The $5,000 what he take, he go on the rent fee. So he paying $7,000 for rent. So I don't know why you're talking about now. The Prime Minister getting $8,000 a month. And he's satisfied with that. The former Prime Minister, right now, collecting more money than the Mitchell. Because he get the $5,000 and he take it. They can't distribute the $5,000 and the $2,000 he get. He distributed to pay the rent for where he's staying. So right now, he's paying $7,000 on wherever he's staying. So I don't know what you're talking about. The guy is a great man. He's better than Kip Mitchell every day. Listen to me. Kip Mitchell had all the money to change there. He had millions and millions of dollars there. He refused to pay the pension. Instead, he still dock money from them teachers. I come and tell me he was a good man. He worked them people and them in this country, the poor and vulnerable people, for $35 a day in this country. I tell me he's a good man. They're the most wicked government ever in this country. What are you talking about? The cook and them in the kitchen. Who are they getting? $300 and $400 a month. Thanks to the Mitchell today, they could say well they're getting $1,000, $1,200. What have you been doing? The Imani people and them, all you work them for 9 years, for how much dollars a day? $600 a month. Today they could boast about that. They could say today they're getting at least $1,000 a month, $1,000+ a month. And you come and tell me about wickedness. The NMP is the most wickedest government ever passed in this country. And don't tell me that. Look, Kai's Modest today, she says she don't know what happened to the $52 million for the Sing Fund. She and the government, they squander the money, they take it and they spend it. And now she come and tell people she don't know what happened to the money for the Sing Fund. They must jail them for that. Mr. Pierre, you have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Caller, the National Democratic Congress plan lies. They sit down in a room and they plan lies. I listened to an interview on the doctor program with the Minister of Legal Affairs and Bot Patterson. And she stood there and was telling lies right there. You see, you have good practice. The NDC plan lies. As the gentleman said, next election, they may well promise Imani visa to the United States of America. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, welcome. Yeah. We lost that caller. Caller, you have your radio on, so you listen to the replay. And I know some people, sometimes more than one person in the building, and they want to hear. But you have to pay attention to your phone. So we have two main issues that are coming up. The question with the dry season and water. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know, you're exercising too much patience with this man here.
We need a lot of
God
patience.
here help you, you know. You exercising too much patience. He lying on Clarice Modest. Clarice Modest, when a gentleman called this morning, on to the point, he asked about his trip from the $500 million. The woman said that she knows nothing about it. She support it, but the manager bossed it. And the money wasn't Grenada money. The money was CBI money, wasn't a country money. This little man, you exercising patience, he getting as if you a direct line. With that program, he called him 3 and 4 times that other people could make their contribution. Tell him, he government go away. And the government was overweight, 90 pounds. Which prime minister go away and overweight 90 pounds? Which prime minister go oversee? And 90 pounds he overweight, a prime minister. What they can go in with? What they can go in with? Every day I listen you and this little man. My God, you, Mr. Pierre, you get like a mother with a stubborn child, and more you talk, the child not listening. I don't understand. And he get on like if you have a direct line. You have a direct line. That man boy, you have a Ministry of Health, go and check him. Mr. Pierre, have a good day, yeah?
Yes, caller. Caller, I have an insight into what restorative justice means. It is political vengeance. And in a small country like Grenada, Deacon Mitchell is establishing restorative justice. And if we don't tolerate, and if we don't speak up about it, when the next government comes, they could continue with that. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
When that you could assist me with that, I'm only asking for somebody. Which minister that holds 5 ministries in that administration, including Ministry of Health? I was asked the question, I don't know, so I...
Well, any minister, you have to be Andy, because the prime minister is out of the island. So he would hold all the prime minister's ministry. I don't know if the minister of health is out. If he is out, then Andy have all his ministries.
Really?
Yeah.
One man, one minister holding 5 ministries?
Well, he could hold the whole country because they're not doing anything, caller. These people are vultures. They're preying on the coffers of the country. They're ripping off the GDP bank. And they're traveling and just have a luxurious life.
Well, I'm hoping that the person is listening, they get the answer, because they asked me and I tell them I would know.
Well, yes, you have to be Andy.
So I tell them I would ask you the question.
You have to be Andy.
One minister within the administration holding 5 ministries.
And he in charge of political mischief.
Of health.
Yeah. Well, they're not doing anything really in health.
So,
yeah.
You wouldn't be surprised if he holds all the ministries.
Well, he could hold all of them because they ain't doing anything.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
This is the ministry that's in charge of political mischief. If we want to put a balance on the crime in Grenada. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, you have any knowledge? You have any knowledge about the road wardens, the people that clean the drain and thing? You have any knowledge that these people don't get in no rate of pay?
Well, right in front the Bot Patterson, the Minister of Legal Affairs said everybody getting pay and no pay is late. And she was in front the union. And if the union stay in quiet on that, I stay in quiet too.
Yeah,
because
Mr. Pierre, couple weeks now I trying to confront the men in my village that working on the road warden thing. Well, they turn the road warden turn into he turned into travel. Them doing travel work.
They travel.
But they pay the race. and government raise me so I say, so yeah, you
But
can share, you know.
this group lying without compunction, from
Yeah,
captain to cook.
because I tell a guy yesterday, he working with the road one. When he done there, he going and do, he going and do,
Security.
work with somebody else for $60 a day. And he working, and he working for how much?
45.
$40 a day, the road one.
And some of them working with a weed eater.
Yeah.
Some of them working with a weed eater. And they don't get in additional pay for the weed eater, you know.
No, and Mr. Pierre, I want to make it think so nasty. No, I will refrain away. I don't call it nasty.
More challenging. More challenging.
Yeah, it's good for them.
Yeah.
Because when you watch the road warden, people on the road warden work, everybody there's in the scene.
Yeah.
So they satisfy that everybody else get rid of pay, and they satisfy that they don't get no rid of pay.
You have to hush them out.
Yeah, they don't.
And if they don't hush them out, they go call them traitors.
Yeah.
Because I see
so one of the
NBC
guys that
language.
work in there, I say, watch, when you leave the road work and go and work with the next man, go tell the next man to pay you 40 every day because government paying you 40 every day, don't pay you 60.
And he going with the weed eater, you know.
Yes.
And he ain't getting extra pay for his weed eater.
And they don't raise it. So yeah, government raise minimum wage. What are you doing? It's up here. But anyway, I say it's good for all you too. It's good for because everybody on the road warden is NDC.
Yeah, it's straight NDC people.
Straight NDC. So let it be in the own let it be in the own
They fry in their own oil.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, and that is the challenge that we have. We have to be careful because restorative justice means a crime has been committed. And Deacon Mitchell is introducing that in Grenada. I don't know if Deacon knows the impact, you know. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. You lost that caller.
Mr. Pierre,
Yeah.
another question.
Yes,
again.
go ahead.
Another question again. If I'm an athlete and you support me in that field and I run a race and I did not medal in the race I run, you support me, okay, and I did not medal in the race I run. Is it fair to say that you are responsible for me not medaling?
No, because you support me.
Because you support me? Because you support me
Uh-huh.
and I did not medal in the race
Yeah.
that I ran. Is it fair to say that you is responsible for me not medaling?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's turn it around again.
Yeah.
I support, a gentleman put a shop in an area, and I support him for doing that. I support him for putting the shop in the area. But somehow, the shop boss, as we say, the shop boss, would you say I am responsible for the shop bossing?
No, I wouldn't say that. You giving me support for putting the shop there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pierre. It's the only questions I'm asking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
You giving me support. If you had asked your counsel and advice, you might have said, well, that area look as a tough area, and you might have advised him how to manage it. But it's always good to support individuals with an idea that they have if you feel they're strong about it, even if it is a little high risk. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, my brother.
Mr. Pierre, the question I want to ask, hello?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, the question I want to ask callers who talk about corruption and who lied. Mr. Pierre, let us go back before the last election and let us ask about several questions. Is the Grenadian people were faring better before the last election? And the answer is yes, Grenada was better. The fame was better because most people was working, a lot of people employed, and they was benefiting from all the programs that the government had. They were benefiting from it. Mr. Pierre, when you look at see what is going on in the country, lies upon lies was made to the public from the Prime Minister go down. that they go make everybody permanent. If money won't go home, everybody go be getting from there. Be no contract. Contract work is illegal. I'm saying Alcita lies was made to the people going to get a vote. The people fall for that and they go and they vote for the NDC. When you look to right now, what we are seeing, the people in the country, especially poor people, they are suffering under this administration. I'm saying the worst part of it, is not to say there is not money in the country. There is money. The money, there is no scarcity of money in the country.
There is no scarcity of money.
No scarcity of money. So why are the government doing that?
Because the government policy is different.
Exactly.
The government is not an inclusive government.
It's simple like that.
They pay attention to a certain group of people and they are hostile to the others.
Very hostile. Right? They were saying Deacon is a good Mitchell. Why can't I say, how a good man? A man who say a good man.
He's a good man for who?
For those who up there and who do have.
It is a fake.
It's a fake. It's fake.
Even the unions realize that they lie with a snake.
They lie. They go and sit down in a lab and plan lie to deceive. And they say what they wrote up this day, the road is to kill, to steal, and to deceive. Yeah. Because look at what this is. Everything crime going up in the country. Where are the prime minister? He outside there.
But that's outside. He won't run from galvanized. He must have gone in Dubai.
A real man. And a successful leader, a leader who cares a lot of people, we stay in the country and solve problems, to fix the problem that's going on in the country. And I always say, Mr. Pierre, if a woman have a man in a home, and when children, the children is his children, and the wife's children, and when when they find themselves in trouble, you run away from your children, and go in the next country relaxing. That woman, they come back home to when things settle.
We're sweating.
She will never take you back in the house. She should put when you come back,
because
your clothes should be outside waiting for you.
All right.
Right? You run every problem. But that can make sure when the government is stand up and solve problem as a real.
But that's a whole different story.
Right, later.
Deacon has been sold to the public as a man with deep pockets and contact. That's all. And from the time Deacon come, he has displayed excessive greed for money. In addition to that, the language that he and his men are using are very dismissive, derogative, demeaning language that insults. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes,
as I said, questions. We understand that the Prime Minister, in traveling, he was overweight.
90 pounds, the girl said?
We know the airline, irrespective of who you 50 pounds. My question is...
What he have in the bag, you overweight?
My question is, what constituted to the 90 pounds? Was he allowed to travel with the 90 pounds? Or was he allowed to remove the excess pounds?
He must be opening an account in Dubai, perhaps?
Constituted the 90 pounds? Was he allowed to remove it? Or travel?
No, you can just pay for it.
Because we know with the airlines, there is no respect of person, whoever you are, 50 pounds and it's 50 pounds. So the excess, the 40 pounds, we want to know what that 40 pounds. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, it was difficult to know because if you know what poundage he had excess, I mean, it's practically an embarrassment to Grenada. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good evening, Mr.
Yes,
Pierre.
my brother.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre. I was in St. George's yesterday, and I heard a number of people speaking. They said, we talk about gang, people saying gang shooting that is taking place. Well, yeah, whatsoever it be. As I say, and I will always say, one death in a country, one homicide in a country is already too much for a country. And especially you're having a cluster of homicide by the weekends. Now, Mr. Pierre, one lady said, and I was stood up there intently to hear her comment. She said, if there is no work to occupy the brain of the young people, they are going to find elsewhere resort to deal with issues that they face. And whatsoever the outcome, wheresoever they go, and the outcome is death, so shall it be. Now, I know for a fact, when people are spending money, when people, let's say they're dealing with drugs, and they know where the next dollar coming from, and they know how to get a next dollar by working, you don't hear in this kind of gang violence because they go pay their bill. The things is going to happen. So you don't hear in these criminal activities taking place in our country. And secondly, I want to quote Honorable Tillman Thomas. There was a crime committed in his tenure. And instantly, the very next day after the crime was committed, and he heard about it, or even the same day, he made mention about it. He came on public radio and tell the people not to be afraid. We are going to deal with the perpetrators. I have men on top of that investigating and dealing with the issues as we speak. Mr. Rob Gonzalez in St. Vincent had a drive-by shooting in his country while he was flying to another country for the summit, heads of government summit. When he reached in England, he was briefed on what happened in his country. He stopped by and he addressed his people while en routing to his journey to the summit. And he made a complete address to his people, asking them to be strong. He has been in contact with the Commissioner of Police and other senior members of crime fighting. And we're hoping to bring a solution to the end of this kind of violence in our country. But you have a prime minister that flies out. That took place Friday night, Wednesday night, Saturday night, and not even a police press conference or the prime minister or the deputy or the acting prime minister utter a word yet to assure the Grenadian people that his men is in control and they will bring the perpetrators to justice or they will catch up with them. That is not so good for our leadership in the country. We are Grenadians and we expect people are frightened. People don't know if they're going to be in a place where the gunmen might be looking at a target and they get accidental shot. Nobody knows. And these are issues that we have to address to our people as a political leader, political organization, and the Prime Minister of National Security. I think it's high time we should hear something. 3 days or 4 days has almost elapsed. What is going to happen? Nothing. We have not heard nothing. Mr. Pierre, these are things that we need to address immediately. These are scenarios that the Prime Minister needs to see as Minister of National Security and give the Grenadian people some hope for the future. Thank you very much, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, you see, we gamble. We gamble with political neophytes. And we end up with a fake for a leader and 9 vultures. And we have to hope and pray that no other country in the Caribbean, particularly the smaller countries, follow us in that direction. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre?
Yes, caller.
In 2008-2013, the then Prime Minister traveled and his diplomatic passport was lost. Was it an embarrassment to Grenada? We have now the Prime Minister traveling and he had to be informed that he's overweight. Isn't that an embarrassment to Grenada? These things only happen when NDC is in administration. More questions, Mr. Fair. I'm there. Okay.
Yeah, we need to ask questions. You forget they search the Prime Minister then. The NDC is like that. But this group is the worst group. Because this group is a greedy group. They plunder the GDB bank. They set up, yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, my brother.
We not just backing, and because of noise. You know, do better than that, no man. And if he can't come back in power, you know, we are dead party already.
You want a conversation with us, or you just want to give me a low blow? That is acceptable. You could just
that dead party, man.
You just want to give me a low blow. Right? No problem. That's all right.
Okay, sir.
That's all right. You see, the Kit Mitchell, we must go back to Stone and Jonah. Kit Mitchell liberalized the telecommunication network. We must applaud him for that. And when I say Kit Mitchell now, is no disrespect, Dr. Kit Mitchell. We liberalize the telecommunication network, so we have the power to speak. And even Deacon not answering questions, we are appealing to secondary school children to ask Deacon question when you see him, or ask the ministers that come to you, and the children who will be doing common entrance tomorrow. After that, all of you going in secondary school, ask Deacon when you see him. And other leaders, journalists in the Caribbean, our journalists have some paralysis. So journalists in Tobago and other Caribbean countries, find out for us, because we believe that Deacon has traded our sovereignty. So we have a third party responsible for foreign affairs. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello, good day.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, sir. I'm just calling to say that this is really a fantasy government, fairy tale government that we have here. I've never seen worse in all my life that I'm on this earth. And after 2 years, after 2 more years, I'm going to be afraid to wake up in this Grenada with the disaster that's going to be happening here. This government cares nothing more than themselves. They don't care about poor people. The Prime Minister, he is, I don't know for the better of the word, but nothing that man says from his mouth, believe it. Everything that comes out from his mouth is a lie. That's all my contribution. Thank you so much.
Yes, caller, you see, people have to do some research. Anytime you find leaders that want to live luxurious life at the expense of the people and the arrogant, they normally put the country in trouble. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller.
That last caller, she's losing her mind.
Okay, caller, that is the next low blow. The last caller is correct. I'm in full agreement with her. We have selected a fake for our leader, and he has brought only embarrassment to our country. He introduced restorative justice. That's political vengeance. He plundered the GDB bank. Several ministers are agents in the CBI program selling passports. So he abort the check and balance process. You know, he deceived the children of Khrushchev. And every time he get a chance, he gone to Dubai. Come out from Cuba, have a press conference, say the other ministers tired. The next day he gone to Greece. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Good morning to Grenada, Carrie, City Magnet. Mr. Pierre, as the caller said, the Prime Minister, as he said, deceived the Grenadian people. He deceived a lot of us because he thinks he's coming with something new. And he fooled a lot of people into voting for him. No, Mr. Pierre, I came to this country, my lovely Grenada. I born here, and I was away. And I came down before the millennium. And when I came down, over in England, I had to we closed doors and windows because beside the winter, we have to close our doors and windows and always looking in the window to see if anything is happening to us. right? We have to look after our house, check on our house, and look at the next door neighbor house too, because we know what is taking place outside there. Now, when I came here and I saw we could leave doors and windows and back doors open, I was very happy. I'm happy and comfortable knowing that I can make the right decision in my life to come back to my home country. Whatever I have, I invested it in this little country. I've never been unhappy and never hungry. But I'm telling you, Mr. Pierre, right now I'm frightened. Now of closing doors and windows. Of any little thing I'm looking out, you're locking gates. No, that is not right. Our government promised us so much things. It promised us safety. And then what he do? He'll open the gate for the dogs to come in and eat us up. Now they're eating us up one by one. We Grenadian people have to be very, very careful. We pick a leader of our choice, and the people, and he gets what he wants. Now, when the people are suffering and they're crying out for help, he jump on a plane and he's flying wherever he's going. He don't care for us. His people don't care for us. They care for other people abroad. Now look upon the people. Everyone is crying out. Everyone is fighting for safety. They want to be safe in their own home. The Caribbean Grenada, the beautiful gem of the Caribbean, the Isles of Spice. We used to make a boast of our country away. When we drive in our put up my flag, I fly in Grenada, I playing the Grenadian song, the soca. People used to stop me in the traffic and say, yes, they toot in their horn. They agree with me. Now I come here now, I'm scared? No, I shouldn't be scared. So this government, it doesn't promise what it say it wants it to do for us. So right now, the people have to get ready, register the vote, and vote them out. So we could have the safety, we could have the peace, we could have the tranquility, what we have, what we want in this little island. So let us do the right thing for ourselves. He coming by the back door, we go put him out from the front door, we turn him out from the front door. Mr. Pierre, have a nice day. God bless you all.
He didn't come in by the back door, we voting him in. We gamble on a political neophyte. And we must learn that. Stay away from political neophytes. Yes, caller, we have a caller on the line? Yes, caller, welcome.
Lady Danny never gonna happen.
Okay, caller. This caller want to throw a little punch at me. And we could take punch, you know. Your shoulder have to be big. You have to take punch. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. You see, the NNP supporters, you almost learn from Keith Mitchell, Gregory Bowen, Peter David, Miss Modeste, Emlyn, and the others. They stood and they withstand criticism from all corners, and they never had a vengeful heart. We could get it right, you know. We have to believe that. Look at these individuals. They live frugal lives. They try their best to be as respectful as possible. They interact with the press and the public. And none of them show you that there was vengeance, irrespective of what they said about them. And we must follow suit. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, sorry to bother you again.
No, you don't bother me. Welcome, call.
Tell that caller, stop wasting your time. What we're trying to talk about, we're looking for safety in our country. And he tell him NNP people could take low blow and high blow.
Yeah.
But when we're ready to give back, let him be prepared to take it too. He can't take it, tell him to stay home and listen and keep quiet.
Shut me
and
up.
just listen.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Pierre, have a nice day. God
yes, I think we have to, as a people, be tolerant. We have to be respectful. And we must prepare to forgive. And we have to be inclusive. And we have had leaders for years. The level of criticism that Keith Mitchell, Gregory Bowen, Peter David, Emlyn, Pierre, Miss Modeste, and the others receive is legendary. And if you honestly want to follow this group, you must also take them as an example. I've never heard them being revengeful. I've never heard them using language that is as dismissive as this breed of vultures. And you too have to understand, you have good leaders. You have had good leaders. They have been tolerant. They have been respectful. They have tried their best to be inclusive. And we must follow that. Because we have to save this country. You know. And people, if you're in a crowd and guns set a fire, go down low, lie down on the ground and play dead. Don't run. You will break your foot and the bullet might take you. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Do you know in boxing, some people like to hit under the belt?
Yes, man, that alone they do.
They like to hit under the belt and jump around and feel good. But they never prepare themselves for a TKO, eh?
they
never prepare themselves for
and they
a
got
TKO.
3, you know.
Right.
They're not learning.
Okay. A lot more TKO coming.
Yes. We have to be mindful of that. Remember in 2013 when the NDC left government, the NNP came in and win 15 seats. When the NDC was there in 2008, they bring down forensic expert, all kind of investigation, and the only person they put a charge against was their own person, Fullerton. And when NNP come, they say the charge is frivolous and vexatious, and they got rid of it. You see, they never have a vengeful heart. And I say to people, that is one of the importance of governance. You, in a small country like ours, how Deacon could introduce restorative justice. And that is why I ask people like Ray Roberts and my good friend Willie and the trade union leaders, why Deacon introduce restorative justice in our country. This, to me, is tantamount to political vengeance. And he set up MIT, and MIT is for political mischief. I want to ask the trade union, by now you realize you lie with a snake. Do you agree with the plundering of the GDB Bank? I want to ask the trade union, do you agree that several members of the government are selling passports? If you agree, then explain to the people about the check and balances in place and why you would support them to be chief cook and bottle washer. I want to ask our trade union leaders, do you agree? Who is the third party? Who is the third party that is responsible for our foreign affairs? Deacon say he did not read the document. He didn't say I didn't study the document, you know, because you read the Bible 3 times and I've never studied it. So I doesn't tell text. I don't know. He said I did not even read the document. He could not have commented on it. So he commented on what a Catholic priest said. And while he was doing that, the document was being signed. Who gave the authority to sign it? I want to ask the trade union, do you agree with the amount of gala and the excessive traveling that the ministers take? I want to ask the trade union, do you agree with the language, the dismissive, aggressive, demeaning language that is used by this group in the government? And if you don't know what language I'm talking about, like beggy, classless, needy and greedy, commoners, lunatics and idiot, this language, bad people and good people, do you agree with it? We have to ask questions. We know we not getting answers, but we hope that maybe journalists in the Caribbean will help us and ask Deacon on his way from Dubai. Or maybe the children in the school, when Andy and them visit, the little children in primary school would ask them. And we're back with you tomorrow for another opportunity to punch. Thank you very much.